America's never seen a candidate like Herman Cain. We need you to get involved because together we can do this. We can take this country back.
In the spotlight tonight, why even Herman Cain's campaign ads cannot convince us that he is really running for president. As has been reported here and elsewhere, Herman Cain continues to earn an income as a motivational speaker while he is supposed to be running for president. He continues to run his so-called campaign on a skeleton crew headed by this man, who stars in Cain's newest campaign ad.
Tomorrow is one day closer to the White House. I really believe that Herman Cain will put United back in the United States of America.
Okay, as peculiar as that ad may seem, Herman Cain created a much ignored ad in August that is beyond bizarre.
Those some pretty flowers you got there, mister. Pretty yellow flowers.
Well, I'm glad you like them.
You know, I'll bet that you're as yellow as those flowers right there.
Why's it always got to be about color? What are you guys, liberal?
Card carrier.
So that's how it's going to be, huh?
Cut!
Hi, I'm international film and television star Nick Searcy. Looking cool and reading lines off a teleprompter that somebody else wrote makes a community organizer a real leader. But Herman Cain is a real leader. This upcoming election is too crucial for us to get distracted by silly things like line readings and empty phrases like hope and change. Okay, punk, get real. I stand with Herman Cain, because Herman Cain stands with us. Nice chicken, honey.
Speechless. And even without real TV advertising, Herman Cain is actually still in the thick of his honeymoon with Republican voters. Got the New York Times CBS News poll released today. It shows him at the top of the field with 25%. Mitt Romney at 21%. Newt Gingrich at 10%. Joining me now, Jonathan Capehart, MSNBC analyst and opinion writer for The Washington Post. Thanks for joining me tonight, John.
Oh, my God, Lawrence. How are you?
Jonathan, when it gets wicked weird, I call you in from the bullpen because I'm speechless. Please, the 3 minutes, go. What did we just see?
Okay, so, Lawrence, last night when I was here to talk about, I think we were talking about Rick Perry, I had already seen the smoking ad with Mark Bloch, the first commercial that you saw, and I couldn't believe that it was real and was communicating with other people trying to figure out if it was real. Now, this afternoon, I see this new ad that you showed, and I didn't think that was real. It couldn't possibly be real. It's so bad that no one who we would even imagine running for president would even associate themselves with something so horrendous. And yet, we find out that not only is Herman Cain attached to this monstrosity of a campaign ad, but it's been out since August, and we're just seeing it now. You know, say what you will about Sarah Palin and whether she was running or not running, but if you go to her site and you see any of the ads that she did, that's probably the only presidential thing she's actually ever done. Are those ads highly produced, very credible? These are not credible. These are incredible ads. And the idea that Herman Cain thinks that he can take the buzz that comes from these ads, and march his way to the Republican nomination and then to the White House, is laughable.
Yeah, we here at The Last Word offer our sincere apologies to America tonight for not having found that first ad that he did in August before tonight. It is a horrible embarrassment for us. You know, the campaign manager, this guy Block, who was in the ad smoking, actually went on Fox News today and said, you know, I'll tell you, you walk into a veterans bar in Iowa and they're sitting around smoking. So that's his justification and explanation for the smoking in the ad. I actually think it's one of those things, Jonathan, they're aware of Mike Bloomberg and these moves to ban smoking all over the country in different places, some of them in some public park areas. And they just think that's that horrible, oppressive government. And this is their little signal. Look, you know, we will even smoke on our ads.
Look, I mean, that's maybe a worthwhile theory, you know, sort of literally thumbing your nose and blowing smoke right at the nanny state. But I just think that they thought they were doing something that was very helpful to their effort, their campaign, and for Herman Cain. And you know what, Lawrence? If they put as much thought into their ground operation in Iowa and New Hampshire and South Carolina as they put in these wacky ads, Herman Cain actually would have a foundation upon which he could rest these high-flying poll numbers that he has.
Jonathan Capehart, MSNBC contributor and opinion writer for The Washington Post. Thanks for joining me tonight, Jonathan.